Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today right here I have with me the Realme Narzo 30A and the Infinix Note 10. And I am comparing both of these phones today is because the Realme Narzo 30A just got the Android 10 update, and in the previous video in which I compared both of these phones, this phone the Realme Narzo 30A had Android 10, and just recently this phone got the Android 11 update. So in that previous video I compared the softwares, the Android 10 of this phone and Android 11 of this phone, and the hardware differences between both of these phones, and which one is better for which person, and which person both these phones had a specific customer who should buy these phones and all that point, and on and the and even in the previous video, last video that I uploaded, in that video I compared the Realme Z30A with Android 11 with the Poco X3 NFC. But these two phones, the Infinix, the Realme Narzo 30A and Poco X3 NFC, both were made for different customers, not for the same customers. But both of these phones, they have the same internal, maybe the same processor, that is the Helio G85. That's the same, and the difference is that this phone has a 6000 mAh battery, this one has a 5000 mAh battery. The display of this phone is 6.5 inch, and this display of this phone is 6.95 inch. This one has a 13 megapixel back camera and 8 megapixel front camera. This phone has a 48 megapixel back camera and 13 megapixel front camera. And the storage difference, like this is 64 GB RAM, for 64 GB storage and 4 GB RAM. This one is a 128 GB storage and 6 GB RAM. Those are the major difference that you will notice on the spec sheet of both of these phones. But I would still say that just because the processor of both these phones are same, that most of the majority of the things are also same on both of these phones. So that's the overall thing about this phone. But in this video I want to compare the software on the Android 11 on this phone and Android 11 on the Realme Narzo 30A. As you can see on the Realme Narzo 30A, I have installed a custom icon pack on it, and this is one of the major thing about Android, that the reason I really wanted the Android 11 update on this phone was because of the custom icon pack. Because before Android 11 you had to install a custom, a launcher, then install a custom icon pack. And that's the reason I liked that was the point. I really liked that this phone, the Infinix Note 10, came with the Android 11 out of the box. But I have used this phone for a few days, and I have tried finding the settings, even searched on the internet. Maybe there is some way where it's hidden, like for the Poco, I did say that a lot of settings are hidden, under a lot of options. Like you have to touch one option, then go into another option. I thought it might be hidden somewhere, but it's not. I've tried a lot, but I haven't found any option in which I can install a custom icon pack on this phone. So these are these icon packs are the one that came by default on this phone. And so that's one of the things downside of Android 11 having on this phone, that you don't have the customization. On this phone you do have the customization. And another, and like I did with the previous video about the Poco and the Realme, is that when you open the notification center, right here you can see that the difference, there is a straight up layout difference. This is a stock Pixel notification center. This is a Infinix launch or XOS launcher notification center. And this is the place where you'll mostly notice a lot of difference. And by a lot of difference I mean, you can very straight up tell that this is a close to stock notification center. This is a customized one. And both of the points, what I said about Poco in the previous video, about the heavy customized skin, this one is also customized skin. But the main thing about this phone, the reason why it's performing well and everything, is that this phone came pre-installed with Android 11. That's where you can see the difference. The Poco X3 NFC had Android 10, then it got updated to Android 11, and I felt a lot of sluggishness on Android 11. On Android 10, there wasn't much sluggishness. On this phone, since this phone has Android 11 pre-installed, you will not notice any struggle, any sluggishness on this phone. This phone had a sluggishness, but obviously, like I said in the previous video, you can expect some kind of sluggishness on this phone. It's normal. And even what I expect to see is when this phone gets the next major version of Android, like Android 12, whenever that comes out, I'm pretty sure this phone will also start lagging. It's a very common point that a lot of people expect when they get a major version of Android. And that's why a lot of people try to stick with the if this phone came with Android 10, a lot of people who are using this phone will stay on Android 11. Even if they have gotten the update, they have downloaded it, they will not install it, because it's a common thing with Android that it gets slow. But the downside of sticking with, like even some people who will get this phone, they'll stay on Android 11 even though Android 12 comes out, they have it, it's, and a lot of people are recommending to update it. The main reason they just don't update it is because of the sluggishness that they very easily expect on the on Android phones. But the main downside of doing that is that you're not staying, up to date with security. And that's why a lot of people suggest, even if your phone gets slow, you should update to it, because at least you're secure, you're not vulnerable to any kind of any hacks or anything like that. So that's one of the things. And one thing that on this both of these phones is that when this phone got Android, it was on Android 10, this had the June security patch, and this phone also has the June security patch. But once it got updated to Android 11, the Realme Nano 30A, it got updated to the August security patch. This phone till now hasn't gotten the August security patch, it's still on June, hasn't gotten the July security patch. But that's one of the things that, this is one of the reasons why fragmentation really causes problems on Android. One feature that I really that I found on both of these phones in common is like here you can see the the settings option. This phone does not give you any kind of personalization option like the Realme Nano 30A does on Android 11. Like it's loading, you saw the loading time, that's where it takes time. Even one more thing that I have noticed is that when I try to open the app info, the app info like of Instagram, I'll open it, you can see here this is the delay, this kind of sluggishness on this phone. Like if I try to do the same thing on here, like I open the the app info of this app, right now it's opening quickly, there's no delay. On this page there is a delay on this phone. So that's one of the things. Then like when I open the settings on both of these phones, like you can see there is some delay. Like I open the personalization, now it's opening quickly, so there is some kind of delay. And one option which that both of these phones have, this phone, the Redmi 30A, has an optimized charging option, which I showed you in a lot of the previous videos on these phones. Like I'll open it right here, you can see here in the battery settings on this phone, the Infinix Note 10, this phone has an option where it's not showing anywhere, like I can't find the settings or anything like that, it's somewhere hidden, or maybe it's completely hidden from the user. Whenever I plug this phone in, it shows you, and it shows me that it's charging safely. And once the Infinix Note 10 reaches 100%, it will simply just cut off the power. Like when it's plugged in, there's no need for you to completely disconnect it or anything like that. It's even if the it's plugged in, the port, the USB type C cable is plugged in, it will just simply cut off the connection for the the charging port. That's it. After that, it's almost like as if the you have powered it off, you powered the charger off. On the Realme 30A, the optimized charging option is kind of like it learns your pattern, and then it, instead of just cutting off the power, it doesn't cut it off, it just gives you it tells you by what time it will be full. And by that time, like you can figure it out, like it's full by, like it showed me like it will be full by 6 o'clock, so I can be prepared. Okay, it will be full by 6 o'clock, and I can take it off the charger. That's it. On this phone, even if it's plugged in and the power button is on off for the charger of this phone, it will just simply cut off the charging port from getting any more juice or power so that it doesn't overcharge. On this phone, there is still because of this optimized charging, it doesn't automatically cut off the connection on the charger, so it might get a little bit of overcharge. That's one of the things. And this phone, the Infinix Note 10, doesn't have that sleep capsule option, which I have seen in this in the Realme Nano 30A. And this phone doesn't have the 120Hz display refresh rate. This one you can kind of simulate on the Realme Nano 30A. Thus the options, like you can see here, the smooth scrolling option. So that's one of the major differences. There's not a whole lot of difference between both these phones, but the major thing is that I can very easily see the difference between the the software. Like this one has Android 11, both of these had Android 11, but this one feels kind of sluggish. And one more thing, like I ran Antutu on it. Like I'll just go into Geekbench, and I ran even Geekbench on it. And this phone, the Realme Nano 30A, got a lot more warmer than the Infinix Note 10. Like you can see here like before the Android 11 update, let me focus it. So you can even if it's not so clear, I'll just say it. Like this phone, the last I ran that it did on the Geekbench, this phone had a 370 of single core and 1313 of multi-core. This phone, the Infinix Note 10, had a 370 of single core and 1337 of a multi-core. So single core performance is almost same, and the multi-core performance is higher on the Infinix Note 10. Before the update, there would be a slight difference, like the single core score might be higher on the Infinix and the multi-core might be higher on the single core might be higher on the Realme, and the multi-core might be higher on Infinix. So there was a little bit like 1-2% difference of the scores, and some maybe this phone would have both the scores high, maybe this phone might have both the scores high. But since this phone got the update, the 1-2% difference whichever was there just got almost to zero. Like maybe the score might be lower on this phone, but it's, you can very clearly tell that this phone's performance had taken a dip. And even when I go into Geekbench on both of these phones, like I'm opening at the same time, okay, this one opened faster. Here you can see a clear difference. Like if you go in the previous video, you can really clearly see that this phone had a 175,000 score and this one had a 250,000 score. But after the update, this score fell significantly. As soon as this phone got updated, I ran the benchmark. It was really hot. The phone was really hot, and the performance was around 166,000. After letting it cool down and everything, once the update had when I installed the update and a few hours went by, and ran the score, the Antutu benchmark again, it never got to 170. It just got a little bit closer, like 168,000. After that I tried again, it went to 166, and maybe it went down to 165. And right here, right now, the temperature on both of these phones are almost like similar, like both are at 37 and 49 and 49, and they're getting a little bit warm, both of these. But overall, what I've noticed after the update is that when I'm using this phone, both of these phones, this phone, the Realme 38, gets a lot more hotter than the Infinix Note 10. Maybe the reason might be because this one has a better cooling solution and everything, but I think the major thing that's making this phone get hot is the update. So the sluggishness of the phone, the temperature being high, and then the slight delays, and maybe like as I showed you the the options when I try to open the app info page directly by holding the app, that's where you can really notice a difference. Like, or even some regular applications, maybe some that cream application, when you open it, or some any other kind of regular application which you use on a day-to-day basis, you will really notice a difference on this phone. When you open an application on both of these phones, this one takes a slight second longer than the Infinix Note 10. So that's one of the major differences. And if you have this phone with you and you have the update, you should update to it so that you can stay on the latest Android security patch. And if you're not planning to upgrade your phone, or you're thinking whether you should, some people are like, if they update, if the experience is bad, then they will regret updating it. But I think there is some issues, some sluggishness, but at least you will have a good experience comparatively to any other smartphone. So even if when you get the update to it, you have no issues. But if you're planning to upgrade your smartphone and you're thinking of which phone you should get, I think Infinix Note 10, the Note 10 is a good option. Why? Because it has the same specifications, just it has a bigger storage, more RAM, it has a better camera, a bigger display, and a 180 hertz touch sampling rate. I have used both of this phone, and I have at first, when this is my first time using a phone that has a higher touch sampling rate and not a higher refresh rate. But what I've noticed is that this phone, the Infinix Note 10, that there is split second faster. When you touch an application, it opens a split second faster. So it kind of it feels to you like it's smoother, it's faster, and everything. So you should, if you think about buying this phone, or you're stuck between both of these phones, whether you should buy the Narzo 30A or whether you should buy the Infinix Note 10, you should get right now you should get the Infinix Note 10, because if you buy this phone brand new, you'll have a good experience on Android 10. But when you do the update, you'll feel the phone will feel sluggish, some issues, and you might feel like you should have gone with another phone that, like the Infinix Note 10, that had Android 11 pre-installed. But if you have this phone, like from since it was launched, and from anywhere, wherever you are, and you got this phone at the launch time, and you got the Android 11, and you're wondering whether you should update, you should get another phone like the Infinix Note 10, I don't think so. It's that much of a the software sluggishness or something like that is not that much of an issue. So huge issue that you should change your phone. You can still get good time. You can use it for another good a year or so, and then you can upgrade to another phone. At that time, you can look like whether you should go for the successor of this phone, or should go for a completely different brand. Still, even after getting the update, I was worried that once this phone gets the update, there might be some issue because of which I might not be able to recommend this phone. But The thing is, I can recommend it less partially. By partial, I mean like if you're thinking of getting this brand new, like this phone brand new from the market right now, I don't think so you should go for it. You should go for the Infinix Note 10 for buying it right now, because there are slight things that are upgraded on this phone than the Infinix Note 10. But the only people who should keep this phone are those people who, in the previous video, like when I was comparing on Android 10 and the Realme Nazo 30 was on Android 10, that time I said the person who really needs a huge battery. That I think because of the heating issue, I think that will really hurt the battery, and the difference of the battery usage difference will not be noticed that way, because if this phone gets hot a lot, this will really affect the battery, and by affect I mean really degrade the battery health, and even maybe cause some issues. But so that's why you shouldn't go for a brand. You buy this phone brand new, you should go for the Infinix Note 10. But if you're a person who has already bought this phone and was on the edge of thinking whether you should update this phone and stay with this phone, or you should just leave it and just go with should just upgrade to go to another brand, or buy a better phone that has a better specific some better hardware compared to this phone, but at closer to a same price, I think if you have this phone, you should just update it, and you'll have a good experience. And that's all I wanted to say about both of these phones. Still both of these phones have a different target different kind of customers, but because of the update, I can only recommend those people who have these, who are still have this phone, who have this phone, and just want don't want to buy another phone, just want to stick with this phone, just update it, and you'll have a good experience. And those of you think of buying this brand new, just don't go for this brand new, go for the Infinix Note 10. You'll also have a good experience with this. There might be some people who will like they want closer to stock Android. Like I can understand a lot of people prefer to have a stockish Android feel, but at this point when you think about it, getting a phone just for the stock Android feel, just for so you can have a good software experience, but a sluggish app times or some sluggishness, or have some heavy customized skin, but the application opening time is quick and nothing, you don't feel any sluggishness on it. So you have to you have to judge yourself what you have to go for. But I think what majority people should do is, if they're buying a brand new phone, they should go for the Infinix Note 10. They'll have a good experience. There will be no issues in that. So that's all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.